Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. And on the mound today, Mackenzie Gore.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve. And that's through there for a strike. And we are underway. That's a ball. That one finds the zone, and a count 1-2. Line drive, come on. Now we check out the Astros lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Isaac Paredes in the box with one away as he takes ball one. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. Out number 2.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Ball. 2 outs, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Into center and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now it's Christian Walker. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Hit hard, base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So digging in, Yainer Diaz. Gets the outside corner with that one. Alvarez, the lead runner at second. Walker at first, 2 out of the inning. This one in the air. Garcia. And that's the 3rd out. 2 left for the Astros. Now it'll be Washington's turn. It's a scoreless ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. And towing the slab here, Framber Valdez. What should we keep an eye on here?
The spin rate on the curveball is incredible. Hitters know they're going to see a lot of them today. Stay back, be patient, and hit the ball the other way.
Bottom of the first. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. The pitch. Inside, almost got him. Pulls that one foul. And there's the ball. Man, that got him square in the mask. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Had him out front for strike three.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Up now for Washington, Dylan Cruz. Just missed. Valdez, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a curve, a changeup, a slider, and he works in a four-seamer. And the 1-0. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. One out, base is empty. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
James Wood digging in for the Nationals. That's a little bit low. Foul ball.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
1 ball.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Outside with a breaking ball. 3-2 now. On the ground to third, and that one finds its way through, and he can't come up with it. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nathaniel Lowe getting ready to hit. First offering misses badly for ball 1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Swing and a miss. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Wood around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Flared it out there and got it to drop for the base hit. I think he got it off the handle just a little bit, but the bat held up for him enough to get something behind that swing.
So 2 down. Josh Bell at the plate now. And first offering is fouled off. That one almost got him. Hard hit right side. They get the force, and that will end the inning. Back here in Nationals Park. Now it's the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. Pena, a former Gold Glove winner, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Gore back to work. That one in there across the letters.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you could sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
So next up for Houston, Chas McCormick. That's in there. It's 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
Liner, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And next to hit for Houston, Mauricio Dubon. Fastball for a strike. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Tying run in scoring position here at the top of the second. Foul ball there. Man at second. That misses, and the count is 2-2. And that's outside. McCormick, the runner at second with one away. Runner on the go again. Ground ball left side and a foul ball. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
2 on, 1 out. Jake Myers up next for the Astros. And that one is downstairs. Ball 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
The 1-0. And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
1 out. Runners at first and second. And that's in for a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. Two on, 1 out. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. That one is upstairs. Jose Altuve in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Lifted in the air, right field. Puts it away for the out. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 1.
How many times have we seen an early at-bat change the course of a game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Two on, 2 outs. That's too low. And the count even 1-1. Now this is in the air down the line. Wood should have this one. Squeezes it. And that's the 3rd out. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second. And now it's Luis Garcia. Inside corner, that's a strike. 0-1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And that misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Way inside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Got it. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. One down, base is empty. Close one, doesn't get the call. And 1-1. Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Jose Tena. That one close, ruled a ball. And that is ball 1. He swings and fouls one off. Gets under and pops it up. Altuve. And he makes the catch. And that is that. So they make short work of him there. We played 2 full. It's the Nationals 1 and the Astros nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Isaac Paredes. Into center. Pulls it in on the run. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Alvarez, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And another ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Here's a 2-0. On the ground. Score at 5-3 for the second out with the third baseman shifted over there.
Now batting, first baseman, Christian Walker.
Christian Walker up next for the Astros. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Diaz at the plate and takes high there. That's a strike. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Good job to fight that one off. Two outs. That one 95 to finish him off. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Nationals 1 and the Astros nothing. As we go to the last of the 3rd. And now up for Washington, Jacob Young. That's in there, 0-1. Just missed.
You know, these Nationals showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Just misses with that one.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
The other way, and foul ball. To third, Paredes zips it to first. One gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting, shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
So the Nats lineup turns over. Here's the shortstop at the plate. C.J. Abrams went down on strikes his first time through. That's down and in. Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. The shortstop takes the ball. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
That one lifted to left. McCormick makes the play, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Dylan.
And now the right fielder, Dylan Cruz. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. On the ground to third, and that one finds its way through, and that keeps the inning alive. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
So runner at second, 2 down. James Wood digging in for the Nationals. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Cruz at second with 2 down. Swung on and fouled off. And he'll need a new bat. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. On to inning number 4. It's the Nationals 1 and the Astros nothing. And we're back as we go to the top of the 4th. And now the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Ripped to first, caught. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. Now fly ball to right center. Cruz sizing this one up. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. So they go quietly there. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Nationals 1 and the Astros nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Nathaniel Lowe. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. He's 0 for 1. That one inside. 1-0. Fouled off. He was late. Nobody out. Runner at first. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. Over to Altuve. Back to first, and it's over his head. And, oh, no, it's out of play. Just a terrible throw there.
Well, no trouble getting the double play started, but clearly some trouble on that return throw to first. I'm not sure if the runner going into second had a part in that or if it was something like a bad transfer. Either way, could have been 2 outs, but instead, they got to work around a runner in scoring position now.
Luis Garcia now at the plate. Slapped foul. Man at second. And a curve misses outside. And that's ball 1. Line drive. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. That's out number 2.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Keibert Ruiz. 0 for 1 so far. And right back to the mound. Handles, throws to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. A hit and an error in the inning, but they fail to score. We played 4. It's the Nationals 1 and the Astros nothing. Ready now for the 5th inning. And stepping in for the Astros, Jake Myers. Gore back to work. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point. Well, these Astros just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for him so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for him to get anything going.
In the dirt, now 2-2.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Swings and misses, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's pretty much the dream 2-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path, and they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate, so that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. 0 for 2 in this one. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Altuve measures 5 feet 6 inches, more than 2,000 hits in his career. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. And another ball. And he hits a ground ball right side, and he handles it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Isaac Paredes will hit next. In there at the knees, and that's strike 1. Next offering is fouled back.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And takes low for ball 1. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles, but you want to get the heart of the order up to the plate.
And a curve is down and in. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. They trail here 1-0. Bottom of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Jose Tena.
Third baseman, Jose Tena.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And delivers outside. And a breaking ball misses outside.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And there's the automatic. And that drops in for a strike.
3-2.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Diaz makes the grab, and there's one down.
Up next for the Nationals, center fielder, Jacob Young.
And now the center fielder, Jacob Young, grounded out his first time. Swing and a ball popped in the air, and it stays fair.
Now batting, shortstop.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's C.J. Abrams now. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
Runner takes off. Pitch is low. Safe in second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
That one the other way. Makes the grab, and there's two out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Dylan Cruz.
Next to hit for the Nats, Dylan Cruz, 1 for 2. And that one fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. Last half of inning number 5. He goes down looking. So one left for Washington, but they lead it 1-0. Back here in Nationals Park. Now here is Yordan Alvarez. That one misses. Ball 1. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. The other way. This one looks like trouble. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. And that's in for a strike. With the tying run at second, and we're the top half of the 6th. On the ground, right side. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, catcher, Yainer Diaz.
And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly, soft ground ball to the right side, find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And he grounds one to the right side. Over to Lowe. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
Now batting, shortstop, Jeremy Pena.
Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Next pitch is downstairs. And that one clips the corner. Way inside, gets out of the way.
The count is full.
Two down, nobody on. Slice to right, and it goes just foul.
Just couldn't keep it fair down that right field line. And with his speed, if that's a fair ball, it's 2, maybe 3 bases.
Outside corner, got him looking. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. All tied 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now James Wood.
Fielder, James Wood.
There's a strike.
Well, these Nats, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Here's the 0-2. Got him. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Away, away, away. And clearly that was the plan right there. He just wasn't able to put it in play. And that should tell you something as a hitter. Sometimes you're a little too conscious of the inside pitch, and you're not able to cover that outside part of the plate. So clearly some adjustments to be made next time.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Outside low, and that's ball 1. All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. Popped up. Dives for it. Got it. Makes the play.
That diving catch right there is the kind of play that just fires up the team, whether it's to make more great defensive plays or to get back in the dugout and swing the sticks.
Here's Josh Bell, a switch hitter batting right. Edge in his zone for a strike, 0-1. Next offering is fouled back.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
2 outs. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. And the Nationals gone in order. Score remains tied 1-1. Now on the mound for the Nationals, Derek Law.
Now pitching for the Nationals, number 58, Derek Law.
Here's the left fielder, Chas McCormick.
Left fielder, Chas McCormick.
Right through there for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Jose A. Ferrer looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. The 0-1. And misses inside. Upstairs. It's 2-2. Stays alive. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Dubon stands in now and watches strike 1.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
And that is out of play. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That's off the mark. And the count 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Myers stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Next pitch is outside. And that's downstairs and outside.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. There's the strike, and the count is 3-1. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
3-2.
Fly ball center field. Garcia sizes this one up. And that is that. Astros go down 1-2-3. Still tied 1-1. Bottom of the 7th. Up now for Washington, Luis Garcia. splits the plate. That's strike one.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
Next offering is downstairs. The Astros have some action in their pen. Brian Abreu, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Scott getting loose as well. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. He'll do it himself. And one away in the bottom of the seventh.
Now batting, the catcher, Gabriel Ruiz.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Framber Valdez won't go any further, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
Astros go to the pen, and here comes Brian Abreu.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Gabriel Ruiz digging in for the Nationals. Ruiz checks his swing. Appeal down to third. Didn't go. Outside. Now 2-0. In the air, left field. McCormick tracks it down for the out.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
The batter now as he swings and misses for strike one.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. Nothing doing for Washington. Score remains deadlocked at 1. New arm out of the bullpen, Jose A. Ferrer.
Now pitching for the Nationals, number 47, Jose Ferrer.
So back to the top of the order. Jose Altuve digs in now. 0 for 3 in this one. Right through there for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jorge Lopez, the closer, is getting loose. Sims warming up as well. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Drops into the glove, and there's one down. Down the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
That one drilled left field. Fair ball. Around first, digging for 2. The throw to second. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. That one clips the outside corner. It's 0-1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
And that drops in for a strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Man at second.
1 ball.
In the dirt. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
With the go-ahead run at third, and we're in the top of the 8th. To the right side. Play at the plate. Safe. And they take the lead.
Now batting, the first baseman, Christian Walker.
One down. And here now is the Astros cleanup hitter, Christian Walker. For rare, in his second season, he features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, and he works in a slider. Outside with a breaking ball.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Alvarez at first, one gone. And a big swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
On the ground to third. To first. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, catcher, Diaz.
Yainer Diaz up next for the Astros. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The lefty, the 1-0. Just missed. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
Ball 3.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position and a hitter's count.
Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. On the ground to the left. Tosses across the first. They limit the damage here. A run, a hit, and a man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Astros 2 and the Nats 1. Now into the game, Zach DeZenzo. He's the new third baseman. Well, one-run game. Jacob Young getting ready to hit. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball. Abreu back to work. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Looking to get the tying run on base. Movement in the bullpen. Josh Hader preparing to come on if needed. Misses inside. And that's ball 3.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. There's the strike. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that right there could end up being a big walk in this game. He's certainly a threat on the bases, especially with them looking to tie this thing up.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Brian Abreu will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Brian King.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
The batter now, C.J. Abrams.
Well, with pretty good speed over there at first base, I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down, hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
Ball 1 there.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on.
To first, and he breaks for second. To second, and he's out.
That's an out.
Next pitch off the plate. And a count now 2-0. Late swing, foul to the left. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And down on strikes he goes. That's out number 2. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
So up next, Dylan Cruz, 1 for 3. And that one is lifted in the air. McCormick sizing this one up. Brings it in. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. Through 8 full, it's the Astros 2 and the Nats 1. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Lucas Sims.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Pena in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Next offering is fouled back.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
2-1.
And it's even up. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, left fielder Chaz McCormick.
So next up for Houston, Chaz McCormick. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Fought off foul. In the dirt, blocked. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Zach Brixey up and loosening in the pen. Number 68 getting cranked up as well. That misses, and it's 2-2.
2-2 to count.
One-run game here in the top of the ninth. That one down the line, and it's through for a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Mauricio Dubon up next for the Astros. There's your strike, 95 of that one. That's off the mark, and the count is 1-1. And a swing and a miss. First and second here, no outs. This one in the air, center field. Young hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, center fielder Jake Myers.
Jake Myers up next for the Astros. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, second baseman Jose Altuve.
Here's the Astros leadoff man, Jose Altuve. Altuve, a guy who loves the first pitch, that time taking, and it's 0-1. A sliding stop. And very nicely done for the out. So they strand a pair. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Astros 2 and the Nats 1. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Josh Hader.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. And now James Wood.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
One-run game, bottom 9. Oh, he gloves it.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved a knock.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
That clips the inside corner for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Swings and misses. And that's strike 2.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And that will drop foul. A 1-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Down to the last out for the Nationals.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And now here is Josh Bell. And that drops in for a strike. Two down, nobody on. And that is downstairs. And the count even 1-1. Swings through that one.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
2 strikes.
Hader is just 1 strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Great pitcher's duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.